Hello everybody, and welcome to the second part of the Four Lords arc. In other words, episode 12 of the series. I apologize for my long absence. I was being hunted down by a weird shape-shifting monster who was trying to steal my identity, and through the course of 2 months, I was chased all the way to the far southeast, where I had to fight for my life on a spider-infested mountain. On the seventh hour of our battle, I struck down the imposter and cast his remains off the edge of a cliff. So, now I'm back. Identity theft isn't a joke, kids. On the last episode, we traversed the deep, dark underground, home to many long-dead ancient warriors risen from their slumber by Grave Lord Nito. Now I've set my sights on the demon ruins, to usurp the great soul of the Witch of Izalith. But I actually sort of wanted to do the Four Kings first, so I took a short stroll through New London ruins, where I encountered the crestfallen warrior who was missing from Firelink Shrine. Unfortunately, he seemed to have gone hollow, which was bound to happen someday, so I set to putting him out of his misery. And look at how easily I did that. Wow, I think I was meant to find him earlier on my journey, but never seemed to get around to that. Anyway, I continue onwards, slaying ghosts and picking up important buff items. Oh, and speaking of the ghosts, you should probably kill them as soon as they appear because I swear these guys follow you forever. I mean, look at this! Talk about battle tactics! I would have gone back if I felt like it, but I didn't, so I went off to the demon ruins. I took the backdoor shortcut again because I'm a sniveling coward. There, I said it. I already have it unlocked and going down this way is easier. I'm not afraid to admit when I might not be playing the intended way. It still kinda sucks that I'm ignoring a whole part of the world just because I'm not brave enough to go down that path. But hey, I don't really see the benefit of going through all that work if I have a safer option. I wanna have to deal with those weird fire-breathing malnourished dogs. Anyway, that being said, on my way down I discovered a whole other path I looked over on my first way down and immediately got toxified. Just another day in Lordran, I suppose. After having a scuffle with two of those flying bug things and nearly falling to my death twice, plus almost dying because when I went to use a blooming moss prompt I clicked drop instead of use item, I proceeded and got toxified again. Wow, you cannot make this up. And then I almost got mauled and cooked by those weird fire-breathing dogs. Is this the progenitor of those bleed dogs from Elden Ring? I got another Firekeeper soul and... You're kidding. See this? I would have dealt with stuff like this every step of the way if I went down the normal route of Blighttown. You really expect me to do that? And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, but that's just how you experience the game, Karlos. You face challenges and you overcome them. Yeah? Well, I'll have you remember that underneath the stoic steel visage, I am just a young, naive 15-year-old child still making his way through the awkwardness of puberty and the teenage life, so I don't need to deal with this crap, alright? Oh, for the love of... Anyway, I somehow made it all the way down without keeling over, and perhaps as penance for my sin of cowardice, I decided to wade through the poisonous waters of Blighttown's base and, well, explore. So I did that, leading me to find many things, fight many things, and reunite with our good old friend Siegmeyer, who we last saw at Firelink Shrine back in episode 10. Fortunately for me, I've already gotten toxified 4 times in the past 5 minutes, so compared to that, poison felt like clean fresh water. Wake up! I mean, sure man, as a knight myself, I've had my fair share of blunders, which make up most of the events in my life. Ha! I see you. You thought. After several minutes of exposure to poison, I started to feel my cerebellum melt out of my ears, which is, needless to say, slightly alarming. So I left Blighttown and entered the demon ruins. I actually visited this place off camera, so you might notice a strangely low lava tide in the absence of Taurus demons. The forces of Izalith threw army after army upon me, but my sword, tempered by my unstoppable will, shattered legions of their soldiers with mere swings. Enemies that I used to find dangerous fell against my blade in a matter of seconds, until I faced their champion, Demon Fire Say. Hold on a second. I swear I killed you twice before. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, Asylum Demon?
I must say that you've proven to be a worthy foe in our previous 2 battles, but I've grown stronger as well. If you think you can get past me, you are sorely mistaken.
Ah! Ah! Okay, big news, but apparently our good old obese demon pal has returned. I don't know how he survived our last 2 encounters, but I'm fairly certain I saw him crumble to dust both times. Or maybe he did die back in the basement of the asylum and, well, returned to wherever demons go. In any case, this time I'm dead set on putting him down for good. Demon Fire Sage retained the moveset of Asylum Demon and the AoE spells of Stray Demon, but this time he's on fire, which in the world of Dark Souls means that he'll get stronger half of the time. Honestly, for all the training he's gone through, our old demon friend doesn't have much to show for it except for a thicker skin and flashier effects. I've gotta admire his resilience to fight me 3 separate times, but unfortunately for him, I'm the main character, meaning that I'll always end up winning someday. In this case, victory just so happened to come to me on my 2nd attempt.
But why? I trained so much.
And stay down this time if you know what's good for you. Is this a back-to-back boss fight? I was feeling pretty lazy right after slaying the Fire Sage, so I summoned Solaire for this battle because I felt my game slipping. You're about to see just how much in a second.
Who dares enter my domain? You're the one who slew our Fire Sage! Allow me to pay back your insolence.
After the cutscene ends, I begin running away because I was not ready for this. As you can see, I would have rather rolled around in lava than face 2 demon bosses back to back. For some reason, Solaire is really durable against lava, so I'm fortunate to have him by my side in this clash. The boss fight was pretty good, I suppose. If I was at the top of my game, I could have bested this beast in a few swings, but the boss made up for it by being erratic. With it having so many moving tendrils and heads, I must have gotten confused because I couldn't tell which animations were just passive or which ones were wind-ups. Also, the tail has weird hitboxes. Much like previous boss fights, I felt like this could have been a pretty challenging fight if I decided to do it alone, but unfortunately in my cowardice I summoned Solaire, and with him by my side, we made mincemeat of the centipede demon. With the fight done, I acquired the orange charred ring, which granted me the ability to walk on lava. Oh, Solaire! I believe I have you to thank for how our previous battle went.
Why?
What?
Researching, I still cannot find it.
Well, our friend Solaire seems a little down in the dumps. So, as any good companion would, I left him to his dark thoughts instead of talking to him and helping him through it. The next part of our journey now finds us in Lost Izalith, the ancient birthplace of all demons. I don't remember why, but for some reason I never really explored this lava place all that much. Maybe it's because a part of my subconscious was deterred by the literal sea of glowing hot magma, but that's just an assumption. I also never fought these weird giant dinosaur skeletons either. I just avoided them. and thus I never found out if I was strong enough to take them on, which I probably was. But at one point I took off my armor because I found out that even though I had the lava ring, my armor still took a massive amount of damage from even just walking on the stuff. And I didn't bring any repair powder, so that just furthered my desire to not just stick around down here for too long. So I just sort of scouted out my path and set to following it. Sucks that I probably missed a lot of good loot, but I eventually got out of the lava lake, encountered some enemies, and then proceeded to nearly die again because of my hubris. Also, what is this wood? Why doesn't it burn from the fire and lava all around it? There's probably some in-depth lore explanation for that somewhere, but I've got nothing. Also, look at this thing. I have no idea what it is, and this time I don't want to know. Whoa! Night Kirk? I killed you down in the depths back in episode 7. Man, what a throwback. I suppose this is the Lordron equivalent of heck after all. Not much has changed about you though. If you're gonna fight me again, at least put in the effort to get stronger. Whoa! Lots of items down there, but I'm a little shook. I'll come back to that later. What am I doing? Get out of the way! Before venturing further, I used up a homeward bone so that I could level up, prepare gear, and kindle my bonfire. Now you might be asking, Karlos, why kindle this bonfire? There's a way closer bonfire out there in the lava lake. And well, I didn't know that at the time because, again, I didn't explore much. I did eventually find out about the other bonfire, but that was already way after I finished up with this area. Solare's gone, which did worry me a bit since he did seem a little depressed last time we saw him. But I have my own stuff to worry about, so I didn't think much of it. I'm such a good companion. Okay, wait for it. What are you doing? Too slow! Whoa, a Titanite demon? Alright. Surely this one won't be as hard as the one in Anor Londo. Okay, this isn't worth it. Whoa! Is that Solaire? Yeah, that's definitely his armor from the looks of it. Solaire, buddy, what are you doing here? Hey, wait, it's me! What are you doing? What's that on your head? Whoa! Ah! Ow! Hey, it's me, Karlos. Snap out of it. Great Lord Gwyn, you haven't gone hollow, have you? Well, if this is how it must be, then you'll leave me with no choice. Ah! Solaire. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm sorry it had to end like this. You helped me through my toughest battles and inspired me to persevere in the face of bleakness. With your optimism, you raised my fighting spirit and lit the way with your lightning. I'm sorry I never got to return the favor. May you be remembered through the ages. For the remainder of my quests, I shall be donning your helmet in memory of your name. At the end of the hallway, I unlocked a shortcut that led back to the demon ruins, but I didn't want to go through the trouble of running past a Taurus demon, so I chose the arguably worst path and teleported back to the first bonfire of Lost Izalith using the dark sign. Slayer would be disappointed. After actually making sure I had the lava ring on, I continued on my way. There was only one thing left for me to do in Lost Izalith. Well, there's actually two, but my current priority is slaying the Witch of Izalith. Well, here goes nothing. What the heck is that? Is is that the Witch of Izalith? She's definitely seen better. Ow! Well, I suppose I'll go this. Ah! Ah! Alright. The objective of the fight became clear to me pretty quickly. I was supposed to get to those weird glowing orbs on either side of her and attack them. And trust me when I say that this is way easier said than done. Getting to the first orb wasn't very eventful yet. The bed of chaos just kind of swung at me a couple times, so I managed to get it done quick and easy. I didn't understand a single thing that happened in that cutscene, but I gathered that I did the right thing, at least. The boss's health bar still hasn't gone down, but this might be one of those one and done boss fights where I just need to finish it. Getting to the second orb was a bit more difficult. She managed to hit me a couple times and I almost fell to my death, but I managed to accomplish the task without much trouble. Is that supposed to be her soul growing out of her back or something? Right. Now, all I have to do is to get the one inside her. Unfortunately for me, this wasn't nearly going to be as easy as the other two. Fire now starts to erupt from the ground and I almost fell to my death again. When I tried pulling off a quick heal, the bed of chaos slammed her massive wooden hand down on me, crushing me in the process. Needless to say, I was irritated. However, when I got back and slid down the unnecessarily long slide, I found out that I didn't need to repeat the fight from the beginning, which is really good because if FromSoft made it so that I did need to do that, I would have hated the fight even more. I probably would have gone stuck and quit the game or something. I tried being a bit more cautious in this attempt, baiting out attacks before charging forward. Unfortunately, when the path revealed itself, my hubris got in the way again and I tried to make a run for it. Which, well... I was starting to get more and more annoyed at this point because the run back to the boss was getting especially tedious, and for some reason the game froze at random points during the run because I'm pretty sure this area wasn't well optimized. At one point I considered making use of the shortcut, but for some reason I was like, nah. Okay, now for attempt number 3. Are you kidding me? I'm starting to get really sweaty and I don't think it's because of the lava. You know, Miyazaki himself did confess that he was a masochist, so this boss's existence is kind of starting to make sense. Attempt number 4. This is for Solaire! It's over, Queen of Izalith! Oh, goodness gracious, what is that? Another day, another lord falls. With this victory, I acquired the soul of the Witch of Izalith and absorbed her power, using it to strengthen myself. My business in Lost Izalith would have been done and over then, but there was one more thing I needed to do. You might remember that one time earlier when the floor collapsed and revealed another area. Since I'd already finished up with the witch, I figured that there wouldn't be any harm in me taking a look. I find myself in a dilapidated old room overgrown with roots. After a bit of exploring, I come across more of those things. And then I have a second chance meeting with Siegmeyer. I don't know how he got here, but we might as well find out. For the love of...
Oh, ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. Must be the warmth. Well, what's on your mind?
Well, nothing really,
No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat, you know. I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time has come.
For what?
Fred, I have an idea. A good one, really. I will rush those dire fiends and you can slip away in the confusion.
Wait.
Please, Fred. I owe you much more than this. By the
No!
of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow.
This is stupid, I can handle myself. Wait! Siegmeyer, leave! I can handle this! Siegmeyer! Siegmeyer! Please, get out of here. Right after respawning, I instantly go about repairing my armor and weapon. I absolutely did not want Siegmeyer to die because of my stupidity. Right after Solaire, no less. So I begin running like I've never run before. Siegmeyer! Siegmeyer! Are you alright? Oh my goodness, you're alive! How did you get out of that?
But you, didn't you get away? Well, you saved me, once again. Oh, thank you. I'm exhausted. I think I'll have a rest.
Are you sure? This is poisonous ground.
Oh, don't you worry. The ground below me is my pillow. I'll recover shortly.
No, he's asleep. Well, I hope your armor's thick enough to resist poison. Wouldn't want your cerebellum melting out of your ears or something.